This video explains how to add a new load in Transport Pro. The process is the same regardless of the version you have. For this video, I will be working in the small business version, so the menus you see may vary depending on which installation you have. There are a couple of different ways to add a new load. You can either follow the path in the menu, Load Management, Add New Load, or you can click on the Add New Load link from the Freight Operations Tools menu on the Freight Operations dashboard. In this demonstration, I'm going to use the Load Management menu. When I click on Add New Load, a load information screen opens. Enter your shipper information first. Transport Pro allows you to manually type in the shipper name, address, and other contact information for the load, or you can choose from an existing location code stored in the system. Notice that once I begin typing in the search field, a list will automatically populate for me. When I click on the location code or customer reference, the information will auto-insert. If you need to enter additional information in this section, do that now. You will do the same thing to enter the consignee information. The information will only auto-populate for you if you have location codes or customers entered in the system. Enter any special instructions as they will show on driver and carrier confirmation sheets. If there are dispatch notes entered on the location or customer's profile, they will automatically drop into this section when you enter the customer. Let's look at the load information section. You are required to enter a requested pickup date and time and a requested delivery date and time. Please note, Transport Pro runs on a 24-hour formatted time. Determine the service level and select Flexible, Firm Appointment, or Priority. Select the correct terminal for this load. The system automatically records who is entering the load based on the username and password you use to log in. You can change this by clicking on the lock icon and entering the correct name. Enter the bill of lading number if you have it at the time of adding a load. Although you can save the load information without a bill of lading number, the system will require that you enter it at the time of billing. Here, you have the opportunity to enter any internal comments and external comments. The external comments will appear on the freight bill. Anything you put in the hot comments section will appear on the load summary and dispatch. If you have specific people who need to be automatically updated anytime the load status changes, you can enter their email addresses here. If you need to enter multiple email addresses, enter them on separate lines. For example, if I want the system to automatically alert the customer that the driver is at the shipper, I can change the load status to say at shipper, and the customer will receive an update as long as I have that email address entered here. Enter the commodity type by using the drop-down menu. The system does require this field to be filled out before you can bill the load. Just like the bill of lading number, you can save the information, but you cannot bill the load without this. Enter the commodity value, commodity description, and number of pieces if applicable. Select the trailer requirement for the load from the drop-down menu. Enter the billing equipment number if you have it. Select the load size. The weight is required. Again, you cannot bill the load without a weight. Enter the minimum weight, dimensions, seal number, container number, pickup number, PO number, reference number, and manifest if applicable. Anything you enter in this load information section will show up on the invoice. Let's move on to the bill to information. You must select a billing action. Are you billing the shipper, consignee, or third party? If you have selected a valid customer in the shipper or consignee sections at the top of the screen, you can simply select Bill Shipper or Bill Consignee, and the system will automatically populate the customer information. If you are billing someone other than the shipper or consignee, you will select third party. Just as in the shipper and consignee sections above, when you begin typing the customer's name in the search field, a list will auto-populate. Click on the correct customer to auto-insert the information. In the Freight Bill section, select how you want to bill your customer. You can choose to enter the rates on a per load, per mile, or cents per hundredweight basis. However, regardless of how you choose to bill the load, you must enter a value, even if it's 0, for the rate, miles, and fuel. If you bill per load, you must enter the miles. However, the value you enter in the rate field will be the amount charged to the customer for the freight portion of the bill. If you choose per mile, you must enter the rate and miles, or have the system calculate the mileage by clicking on the Calc Miles link. If you select CWT, you need to enter the weight in the rate field. If you select this option, you will be required to enter the weight and the minimum weight in the load information section above before you can bill the load. I'm going to bill on a per load basis and enter a flat rate of $1,000 for my freight rate. Next, I'm going to enter my fuel information. The last thing to look at is the line items section. Here, you can select any accessorials you want to bill the customer for. For example, you can select detention from the drop-down, and the default rate will drop in. You can always change this rate if needed. You can also add as many line items as needed. If you want to add line items to this drop-down menu, you can do so by adding it in the system as a billing code. If needed, you can create up to 10 copies of the load. Once all of the information on this page looks correct, click Save Record. At this point, you have successfully added a new load. This load will now show up in the Available Load section on the Freight Operations dashboard. If you have chosen to post this load to the Transport Pro Exchange or other external load board, the load will be posted in about 5 minutes. That is how you enter a new load in Transport Pro. If you would like to schedule a demonstration, or if you have any questions, please call us at 800-800-5917 or email us at info@transportpro.net. You can learn more about us by visiting our website, www.transportpro.net. If you are ready to sign up, you can do so by visiting the Features section of our website and clicking Learn More. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.